Hello guys, this is Mark from Big Time Two Friends, and it's time to review the greatest, most spectacular X-Men movie known to mankind, the Wolverine.
Go fuck yourself, pretty boy.
Is the Wolverine a good X-Men solo Wolverine movie? Yes, it is. Short answer, yes, it is. But at the same time, hell to the no. There's a lot of characters in here and some plot points that just fall flat on their faces. I'm going to get into all of this. The good, the bad, the plot, certain scenes that stood out to me, all in this video. With that, let's just get started. The opening scene is as follows. Wolverine is a prisoner of war in Nagasaki, and in this war, he meets a guy named Yoshida. Yoshida is saved by Wolverine while they're dropping the bomb in Nagasaki. We always get to see Wolverine regenerate from certain injuries that are, cuts or slices and things like this, things of that nature. But we've never encountered or have seen Wolverine recover from a huge giant bomb. I mean, his skin was crispy to the bone. His hair is just incinerated, and he's taking it all in. That is an incredible opening scene. Even though this movie started off very, very strong with the war, Wolverine regenerating, him saving Yoshida, great opening scene, great sound, great tension, great everything. Slowly, as you continue watching this movie, you'll start seeing a decline in those qualities that are making this movie, start off with a bang. Side note, by the way, I'm just going to get this right off my chest. I think the Wolverine character is so great. He's like the badass of the X-Men. No doubt about it, no questions, right? But I've never really liked how in every single X-Men movie, they've made Wolverine, I hate to say this, but kind of pussy whipped. Every single fucking time, it's Jean Grey. I'm just like, let's put this in perspectives, okay? They were never together. In the movie universe, okay? You've never even fucked Jean Grey, and it's like Jean Grey this, Jean Grey that, and it's like crying and fucking moping, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm tired of that shit. I don't want to see Wolverine fucking butthurt, all full beard, long ass hair, even though he looked cool, just because he's like depressed about what happened to Jean Grey. Get out of here with that. You can't be a badass if everything that you do is like, oh, Jean Grey, baby. I just spit. Let's get back to the story here, okay? I just had to get that off my chest. It's one of the reasons why I rated this movie a little lower than normal, okay? Now, with Jean Grey out of the way, this movie is actually pretty good half the time. The fighting choreography in this is crazy good. It's insane. And if one of the best scenes in this movie is when Wolverine is fighting dudes on top of a train. That scene alone made it worth me going to the theaters when it came out to watch it. It was so well put together. And Wolverine always has this, like, signature move where he puts his hands out like this with claws coming out, and he'll just, shank mother effers, you know what I mean? He does that in the train scene when he catapults himself full speed Superman status to a guy's chest and just annihilates him. Great action scene, great action choreography there. This movie took away Hugh Jackman's ability to heal. Now, the way they did that is there's this character named Viper who essentially implants a little kind of creature robotic creature in his heart that's kind of manipulating his bloodstream or just manipulating his mutant power in general. And so every single time Wolverine gets shot, it really, I mean, he is getting shot, and it is slowing him down. It is affecting him. He could die easy. So that element alone was also very good, added to the movie, right? Because now the stakes are raised, right? He can die, he can get hurt, and it doesn't recover right away. So I love that element of the movie. But speaking of Viper a little bit, Viper's character I thought was a throwaway character. I understood why she had to be there and what she brought to the story, but just the character in itself, it was a waste. It was very, her dialogue wasn't that great.
He's just a man now. His flesh is weak now. I did that.
And she's very, very attractive actress, by the way. But just her character and her lines and what she did didn't fulfill that role for me. I think they could have given her a little something more. She could have been a more dominant character if given the opportunity. But she just wasn't. Her role is very, very minimal. Another good element of this movie, I like the dynamic and the relationship building that Logan had with a character named Mariko. Wolverine pretty much saved her from an assassination, and Wolverine is just keeping her safe throughout the entire movie. In doing so, they start kind of developing this very satisfying, organic feeling type of relationship where they just gradually grew to each other, and I really liked that relationship that they had. Of course, Wolverine, I was surprised because he's all pussy whipped over Jean Grey. I'm surprised he ended up sleeping with Mariko the entire time. I mean, he's falling for her, but it was a very, very nice addition. Let's go to the negative a little bit. Yashida, I like his character, and also I didn't like his character. In this movie, there's two different kind of, there's the past and then there's the present. The younger Yashida, I really love that character. The actor who's playing Yashida did a really, really good job. The dialogue that he had between Wolverine and him inside the little prisoner sinkhole in the beginning of the movie was very... it was great. It was believable. The dialogue was awesome, and just the sincerity in his voice as he's talking to Wolverine was very good. It sounded sincere, like he was thankful for Wolverine saving his life. I completely bought it. I believed him wholeheartedly. That actor was so good. Then the older guy that plays Yashida, I don't believe did a great job. He was very robotic. It sounded like he didn't... It sounded like two different characters. The reason why Wolverine is introduced or brought to Tokyo, Japan, is that Yashida wants to thank Wolverine for saving him all those years ago. What's the prize? What do you think? What do you think the prize is? Right? You would think money, a thank you, jewelry. I don't know. Anything would be good. Would be better than the actual prize that Yashida was offering Wolverine, and his prize was, "I'll kill you." I mean, I understand that. I know what they were going for, and that's like, let me end your suffering. You've walked this earth for too long, suffering, and I can put an end to that suffering for you. I know that that's what they were trying to do, and that's what the story called upon. But if you really think about it, okay, I want to thank this guy by killing this guy. Yeah, he'll fucking buy it, yeah. Like, that just sounds ridiculous to me. Let's go back to another positive, because there are plenty of positives here. When Wolverine goes back, he still doesn't have his healing power, okay? He goes back to this operating table in Yashida's place, and he's trying to operate on himself to try to take out this bug that's in his heart, right? And he's dying. He's completely dying. But after he takes the bug out and he ends up not dying, and he has this crazy, intense fight scene with the character Shinjin. And Shinjin is Yoshida's son and Mariko's father, clearly. But the fight scene that these two guys had, I would say, is the best in the movie, because Wolverine has always had good choreography, good fight scenes in any movie that he's in. It's always good, right? When Wolverine is like going berserker style. But the combination of Wolverine being ripped as all fuck. I mean, Wolverine, I could probably like try to punch him in the stomach as hard as I can. I'd probably break my hand. It'll probably like, break every bone in my arm. He was that ripped. Just look at Hugh Jackman's face. It was so intense. Like every single move, that every single swing was like full intention. And it ended up being just very, very satisfying. I can't speak highly of this fight scene. Now let's go back to another negative. The worst fight scene in this entire thing is the last, the Silver Samurai fight scene. Now, the Silver Samurai is an all-giant robot made out of adamantium, and he's having, like, flaming adamantium samurai swords. He cuts Wolverine's claws off. It was just like, I don't know of another word other than it was horrible. It was just, if that's how you're going to end the movie, with that cheap-ass fight scene with the CGI, horrible CGI, you might as well have not made the movie. In all honesty, you might as well have, no one goes into making a movie wanting it to suck. But that ending was the reason why people rated it as low as they did at the time when this movie came out. So, let's just wrap this up here, okay? With everything into consideration, the good and the bad. The good being Wolverine Hugh Jackman, incredible action choreography, incredible character, incredible loved kind of a relationship development story with Mariko. The younger Yoshida. The bad being the older Yoshida, the horrible CGI at the end, the horrible ending that kind of like didn't make sense. Viper's character just being kind of a throwaway character at best. We have Jean Grey, constant mind-fucking dreams coming up, and Jean Grey is just like irrelevant in this movie. The entire time we could have done without Jean Grey, and I'm tired of seeing Hugh Jackman being pussy. With all that said, I'm gonna rate this movie a B-. So with all that out of the way, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, we do have every single X-Men movie review links in the description down below. Go check out our John Wick 1, our John Wick 2, Imperial Dreams. We got Ghost in the Shell. And this Thursday, tomorrow, we're going to have the Logan movie review that I'm going to be doing with my friend Leo. Please check it out. You're not going to want to miss this. We've been waiting 17 years for this movie. Not really, but it's been 17 years since they started X-Men. But you get the gist. We've been waiting a long fucking time for a rated R, great rated R, bloody, true Hugh Jackman Wolverine movie. And I hope it doesn't disappoint. But if it does, fuck it. I'll let you guys know come tomorrow. Hello guys, this is Big Time from Super Friends. Shit.